What is up? This is your buddy Alertwolf here, and it is time for another Ash versus Evil Dead. Guy, you know, hold on a second. When you say it, you almost want to say The Evil Dead, but it's not The Evil Dead. It's just Ash versus Evil Dead. But I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, Ash versus Evil Dead, Episode 2, Bait. Now, alright, just a little word and a little heads up. Obviously, the new one comes out today, so I will be doing the third episode, and that's when we'll be all caught up. But Bait, basically, taking up where the last episode left off, our three main characters get into an argument of whether or not they should save what's her face's dad, and Ash goes, no, gotta see a man about a book. They go, yes, and this goes back and forth. Eventually Ash goes outside to start rigging up the car, and the chick takes off. When that happens, Pablo tells a little fib, and he's like, she took the book. And so now they're going after it. Now, I'm just going to say, the gore in this series has been great so far. We get the manager from the previous episode is a Deadite. They attack first. Oh, that's delicious. Anyway, they attack first, and that's a good fight in a car while it's speeding, and Ash is like stabbing the crap out of him with a beer bottle, and blood's everywhere, and he gets a good pun off, and the head comes off, and it's really good. And like most TV shows, there's an A and a B. The B would be our female cop friend is investigating things even though she's not allowed to. Obviously, the cops are there to investigate the bodies found in Ash's motorhome. They blame Ash. And one of what I love is there was a hand, the hand that got cut off, pointed to the card of the bookstore, leading her to the bookstore. And that's pretty much the episode of her, you'll see her at the end of the episode making it to the bookshop. Now, they get there, and we get a guest star of Mimi Rogers, which is pretty cool. And Ash and Pablo get there, and to find everybody's fine, and she was just like, I have amnesia. Meanwhile, there's like flies that are buzzing around her, and I thought that was pretty cool. And Ash doesn't buy it for a second, and they're trying to convince Ash that she's not evil. And she's like, why don't you come to dinner? And he's like, yeah. He's like, Pablo, let me tell you something. They pretend to be human. She's just gonna try to get me. But I'm gonna go, I'm gonna play along, and then I'm gonna kill this bitch. He's like, it's probably gonna end with me cutting her head off. And how long this goes of the charade is really, really good. Because in the original show, they'll only fool you, or in the original movies, they'll only fool you for a few seconds, a few minutes before reverting back into evil. But in this, she went an entire dinner and Ash insulting her the entire time. And he's like, finally, he's like, lady, you know what? Let me say one thing. Bomb! And he smashed her in the head. How long are we going to play this game? And she turned into a Deadite. She ends up killing her husband, a.k.a. I think it was Kelly in the show. Yeah. Kelly, that's right. Ends up killing Kelly's father. Then they're trapped in the room, and her mom is going crazy. And in the end, Ash and company end up taking her out. And the fight scenes and the gore. And Mimi Rogers played it really well and very creepy. And dude, this is what I'm talking about. We're getting good guest stars to play Deadites. I'm digging all the gore in it. The humor is still great, and it's still like this fun ride on a Saturday, a Saturday night. Like you just enjoyable. I'm gonna give this one a 4 out of 5. I'm not gonna give it a 5 out of 5. I give the first one 5 out of 5. I'm gonna say this one was a great episode. There's no real reason why I didn't bump this to a 5, but this is my logic, right? The first episode got a 5 because it was freaking awesome, got me into it. The second episode, I'm gonna scale back a little bit on my rating of it because I feel like the show has a higher plane to go. But it's still, you know what I mean? Like, I have to see, the way I judge my my pictures is I base it on the genre, I base it on the type of show it is, obviously as a genre, but and due to its source material, and so, and the, you know, and the cinematography, the pacing, the storytelling, all those things go into it, and what I'm finding is the quality level is super high with this show. So if their quality level is so high, I'm gonna have to judge them accordingly on a higher standard than I would another show. That's how I'm putting it. But absolutely love this show. Can't wait for tonight's episode. And there's not much more I can say about it. It's just super fun. Again, folks, if you have not gotten into Evil Dead and you're looking at these reviews going, yeah, maybe I'll get into it. Get into it. You really don't have to watch the movies too much to watch the show. I mean, the first episode kind of explains parts of it, but you can, and it's just a fast pace. It's fun. It's just super enjoyable, and the next episode looks like it's going to be good too. So that's enough out of me. Click it up if you like it, comment if you must, and please, please, please subscribe if you can. And this is your buddy Alert Wolf signing out.